How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zan over here bringing you guys a brand new Nanbaka episode discussion. And for today's segment, guys, we are going to be talking about is Nanbaka episode 9. And this episode, it was a pure dialogue involved episode because of the fact that we actually finally get to see the actual confrontation between Musashi and Jugo himself. As these two characters, you know, they never really got a chance to talk to each other, but I love the fact of the way, I love how the anime actually involved these two to talk to each other. They necessarily didn't really confront and talk to each other. It's more or less to say that they were talking to each other on walkie-talkies, one at the other side of the prison and the other one at the other side of the prison. So Jugo was like just handcuffed and just pinned down to the wall, and same thing with Musashi. It was interesting to see how these characters were talking to each other, but there was a lot of symbolism involved in watching this episode. Like, honestly, I was actually impressed at how the animators actually did this episode, because it was very entertaining to see how they were actually involved in the storyline between these two characters. Granted though, on top of that, you know, we gotta be careful and walk with Hajime himself, as he is overseeing all this operations that's going on between these two characters, because Hajime himself wants to know, okay, what's going on between these two? What do they have in common? Are they trying to escape from each other? But then Hajime later learns in the episode that there is something else that really is at stake, and that is with Jugo himself. Now, granted, guys, Jugo, guys. From the beginning of the episode till the end of this episode, you know, we see him as a character that's been changing over the course of these past couple episodes. And you know, in this episode we finally get to see some revelations out of this character, because with Jugo, have you guys noticed carefully at the way they kind of place him? Have you guys noticed that with Musashi himself? Notice the color schemes that they're kind of involving with these two characters. Notice with Jugo, he has that black and white symbolic imagery involved with him, and with Musashi it's so full of vibrant colors, and yet he's so passionate. And yet, he doesn't seem as an antagonist anymore. He just seems as a regular person. You know, he doesn't seem like he's a monster. Honestly, when you look back at Jugo is the one that actually seems like he's really the monster. He's an empty shell. And that's what I loved about this episode, is the fact that they were kind of imploring with Jugo. That's why they kind of gave that color scheme. He was just an empty soul, full of anger, distraught, and just hating life itself. And you know, you're here looking at this episode and you're wondering, like, oh my god, you know, what's going on with this character? You know, back then you're looking at this character and he was so full of life and energy that even Hajime himself has even said it, you know, you are someone that does not even have an ounce of shred of happiness in you, or more or less to say that he doesn't have a sense of greed, a passion for anything. Because if you guys look at all the other characters, they all have something that they have a goal that they want to finish. You know, Uno just going to see a woman or playing card games, it doesn't matter what it is. With Rock involving food, and Nico with his otaku related culture, it doesn't matter what it is, but every single one of these characters, they all have something that they look forward to at the end of the day. And they always ask Jugo, what do you look for? What do you find happiness? And even the other members themselves stated, you know, why do you can escape this prison, so how come you don't just escape? And it was that specific moment that as well that kind of gives a lot of viewers a lot of time to think about, you know, like, wait a minute, Jugo is a master escape artist. Why is he locked up? You know, this shouldn't be an easy, actually a very difficult task for him. As you can see, this episode was a mental game right there. And remember, guys, Hajime was not able to interrogate Jugo for 3 days straight. So remember, that's why everything was at peace, you could say, in Nanba prison, because Jugo was not at himself and Hajime was away for 3 days. Like, everything was kind of out of balance. But Hajime comes in and he actually helps restore that lost fire that Jugo has lost since the beginning of the episodes. You know, that's the thing I like about Nanbaka, is that it's great that the way they kind of pick up the pace and the storylines and stuff, and yet it's still a gag anime. You know, you're still looking at this like, wait a minute, you know, this is all comedy. There's nothing wrong with this. Like, honestly, this anime can really go towards a very serious route, and that's what I'm loving with Nanbaka. And granted, I don't know why I was not reviewing back in fall 2016, man. I regret not reviewing this series. This series is great. But nonetheless, though, let's talk about Musashi. As Musashi's character, as he was explaining to Jugo that I want to go kill this person. I don't want to go find him. I want to kill him. But that goes on to say that, you know, he has a goal in mind. See, there's a difference between Jugo and Musashi's character. Musashi wants to kill him, but that's still a goal at the end of the day. But Jugo says, you know, I want to find him. That's all he says. I just want to find him. I want to know why. I want to know. You know, but okay, you want to know, but okay, but that doesn't mean much else, as that's not really specific. It's more or less the question to say is that you're really questioning life itself, not really going towards the goal. You just want to say, oh, I want to find it because I want to know why he gave me this body. But Musashi's more like, oh no, I want to go kill him. That's my reason, because he changed me. You know, he has a specific purpose. More or less to say that Jugo is not necessarily specific. It's just that he's kind of having that mental barrier there, is saying that, you know, he's afraid of learning the truth. He's afraid of learning what's going to happen to him once he finds out the truth, and that's what separated him from Musashi. And like I said, it was very entertaining to see that between these two characters enveloping right there in itself. And we also get to see some glimpses more of the man with the scar on the back of the head. I'm kind of curious to wonder if it was a Nanba prison member itself, or is he even still in Nanba prison, or if it was from another prison itself. You know, we don't know that for sure, but one thing's for sure that we do know is that there was somebody that was listening to this conversation besides Hajime, Jugo, and Musashi, and Kenshiro himself. So we don't know as to who was actually listening there, but it seems like it's another Nanba prison member. It could be Samon. No, from the looks of it, it didn't really look like him. It looked like it was somebody else. But from the looks of it, I'm kind of interested to see as to who that character was and what his relationship with Jugo himself. And also, I'm learning the fact that Musashi's just the way he explains it to Jugo, you know, that, you know, I'm just a regular person now. I am telling you this, you know, for a reason. If you can't figure it out, then of course, etc., etc. And I'm laughing at that fact because, you know, Jugo can't figure it out as to why he's really saying it. Come on, man, it's to motivate him to get out of that depressed state, you know. That's what Musashi was even helping Jugo out. You see that color scheme that he had it's still vibrant and there. And we also got to see Musashi's actual past in this episode as well. That was very entertaining to see. That it seemed like, you know, those cliche, you could say, shonen aspects, like he's a child that had special powers. You could say more or less that it was like a disease, and that it enveloped to be him becoming you could say what's called a scientific experiment. And then more or less to say that, you know, that kind of goes along with him. I love the fact that, you know, Musashi's character development in this episode was pretty interesting to look at the same time. But nonetheless, so guys, I will have to say that's it for the episode, because nonetheless after that it just kind of goes back to Hajime just giving pep words to Jugo, and them there too, they actually have an everlasting bond. It seems that these two characters are always bonding together, and it seems that these two now are actually having high stakes with each other, and they're noticing each other as to saying that, you know what, you know, that they're basically there to back each other up. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, you know, Hajime seems like he's not really a bad guy. More or less to say he's really there to do his job and to actually put these people in the right place. As I say, it doesn't matter what place they'll be, but it's just to put them in the right track towards society itself. And I'm loving the fact that with Hajime, respectable character for this series, guys. Honestly, love that about him. But like I said, guys, that's it for today's segment. Let me know down in the comments below as to what are you guys' thoughts on Nanbaka Episode 9. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy my content, give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Nanbaka episode discussions, or check out my Fall 2016 playlist and Winter 2017 playlist as well, as I review other anime as well. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day. But this is Mr. Zen, signing out.